Picture this. It's 1975 in Okinawa, Japan. Dr. Makoto Suzuki, a young cardiologist from Tokyo, gets a call about an unusual patient. "Doctor, you need to see this," his colleague says. "There's a 100-year-old woman in Yomatan village who's outside cutting grass with a sickle." Skeptical, Dr. Suzuki drives out, expecting to find a frail elderly woman. Instead, he discovers someone so vibrant, so energetic that she doesn't even think she's unusual. That moment changed everything. It sparked a 50-year quest that would unlock secrets hidden inside your body right now. Secrets that could literally add decades to your life. But here's what's shocking. While Dr. Suzuki was documenting these incredible centenarians, another Japanese scientist was making a discovery so groundbreaking it would win him the Nobel Prize. Dr. Yoshinori Osumi had stumbled upon something extraordinary. Tiny cellular janitors working inside every cell of your body, devouring cancer cells, burning fat, and reversing aging damage. The problem? These microscopic heroes only spring into action under very specific conditions. And here's the kicker. Most of us accidentally shut them down every single day through habits that seem completely harmless. Today, I'm going to reveal how these Japanese scientists cracked the code of cellular regeneration, and more importantly, how you can activate this hidden superpower starting tonight. It was the late 1980s, and Dr. Yoshinori Osumi sat in a quiet lab at Tokyo University, surrounded by microscopes, petri dishes, and years of frustration. For months, he had been studying yeast cells, trying to understand a strange process in which cells appeared to eat themselves. His peers dismissed it as nonsense. Just garbage disposal, they said. But Osumi's intuition told him something deeper was happening. He decided to test his theory by starving the yeast cells, removing their nutrients, and then watching what occurred under the microscope. What he saw stunned him. Inside the cells, tiny vesicles began to form. Little sacs that wrapped around damaged parts of the cell, digesting and recycling them into fresh energy and building blocks. It was as if he was witnessing a microscopic cleanup crew at work. Old, broken pieces were devoured, and the cell emerged renewed. He called it autophagy, from the Greek auto, self, and phagein, to eat. Self-eating, but not in a destructive way, in the most miraculous, life-preserving way imaginable. This process, Osumi realized, was not a random cellular quirk. It was the foundation of how our bodies repair themselves. Every cell in your body, your skin, brain, heart, and muscles, depends on this internal recycling to stay young and efficient. When autophagy is active, it's like spring cleaning inside your body. Old mitochondria, misfolded proteins, damaged membranes, all are swept away, replaced by fresh, vibrant components. That's why autophagy is often called the body's built-in fountain of youth. It can slow aging, reduce inflammation, and prevent diseases from Alzheimer's to cancer. But here's the part that most people miss. Autophagy doesn't just happen. It activates only when your body senses mild stress, when it believes it must survive and adapt. And in our modern lives of constant eating, constant snacking, and never-ending abundance, that switch is rarely flipped anymore. Meanwhile, back in Okinawa, Dr. Makoto Suzuki couldn't stop thinking about that 100-year-old woman with the sickle. What gave her body such resilience? Why did so many in Okinawa reach 90 or 100 years not just alive but thriving, tending gardens, laughing with grandchildren, their minds sharp and spirits bright? He decided to investigate. Over the next decades, Dr. Suzuki and his team documented more than 900 Okinawan centenarians, taking blood samples, measuring artery health, and interviewing families. What they found defied Western logic. These elders had astonishingly low rates of heart disease and cancer. Their arteries were clean, their blood sugar stable, their joints flexible, and their minds clear. The secret wasn't some miracle supplement or genetic fluke. It was their lifestyle, rooted in a few ancient mindful habits. One principle stood out above all: Hara Hachi Bu. Before every meal, Okinawans quietly recite this Confucian phrase, reminding themselves to eat until you are 8 parts full. Not stuffed, not satisfied, just comfortably content. That simple pause was the difference between accelerated aging and vibrant longevity. Dr. Suzuki realized that this habit naturally kept their calories low without deprivation. But more importantly, it triggered the same cellular stress that activates autophagy. When you stop eating at 80% fullness, Your cells sense a short period of scarcity, enough to flip the switch. Autophagy begins its work, cleaning, repairing, and renewing. To understand this, imagine your cells as a bustling factory. When you're constantly eating, the factory workers are overwhelmed, processing endless deliveries of nutrients. There's no time for maintenance or repair. The machinery starts breaking down, waste piles up, and performance drops. But when you pause, when you stop eating just before you're full, the delivery's slow. The night shift arrives, they sweep the floors, repair the belts, oil the gears. By morning, the factory runs smoother than before. That's what happens inside your body when you give it a little breathing room. It isn't starvation, it's intelligent rejuvenation. Dr. Suzuki also noticed something else. The Okinawan diet wasn't heavy in protein shakes, fancy oils, or processed snacks. It was simple, colorful, and deeply rooted in nature. Purple sweet potatoes, seaweed, tofu, turmeric, bitter melon, and green tea. These foods provided natural antioxidants and fiber while keeping calorie intake modest. Combined with their moderate eating, daily walking, and deep sense of community, this created a perfect storm for cellular renewal. What modern science calls autophagy, Okinawans had been practicing intuitively for centuries. Meanwhile, Dr. Osumi's discovery spread across the scientific world. His research into autophagy eventually earned him the 2016 Nobel Prize in Medicine, confirming that his once-dismissed theory was, in fact, one of the most vital biological processes for human longevity. Researchers began linking autophagy to improved brain function, fat metabolism, and even emotional balance. It became clear that many of the so-called diseases of aging were actually diseases of cellular clutter, the result of too much damage and too little repair. And what triggered that repair wasn't medicine or surgery, it was lifestyle. Now here's where the two Japanese discoveries converge. Dr. Suzuki uncovered the lifestyle. Dr. Osumi uncovered the biology. Together, they proved that longevity isn't luck. It's a strategy your body already knows, waiting for you to activate it. The key is not to overload your system. Every time you give your body a short, controlled rest from constant eating, by practicing Hara Hachi Bu, delaying breakfast, or finishing dinner early, you're telling your cells to repair instead of digest. And when they repair, your energy rises, your inflammation drops, your mind clears, and your aging slows down from the inside out. Let's pause here and think about what that means for you. You don't need to live in Okinawa or have perfect genes to benefit from this. You simply need to create the same internal environment. Start by eating a bit less than you usually do. Stop when you feel almost full. Let your body feel light for a few hours before bed. Drink green tea instead of late-night snacks. Choose natural, whole foods over processed ones. These small acts signal your body to awaken its ancient intelligence, to clean house, to regenerate. Within weeks, people notice more energy, clearer skin, easier digestion, and deeper sleep. Within months, they often notice something greater, the quiet confidence that comes from feeling younger inside your own body. But the Japanese story doesn't end there. Among all the centenarians Dr. Suzuki met, one man stood out, a physician named Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. Born in 1911, he lived to be 105. But what amazed people wasn't just his age, it was his vitality. He worked full-time as a doctor until he was 100. He gave lectures to medical students, wrote books, and even planned his next projects in his hundreds. When asked his secret, he said, "I don't eat much. I eat small portions, I walk daily, and I live with purpose." He believed that the body thrives when it's slightly hungry and the mind remains active. He was living proof that science and simplicity could coexist beautifully. Dr. Hinohara's lifestyle mirrored what the Okinawan villagers did naturally and what Dr. Osumi's microscope had revealed. He ate light, he moved often, and he maintained curiosity. That curiosity itself, research shows, releases dopamine and keeps neural networks active, another key to slowing cognitive decline. His body stayed in gentle stress balance, where repair outweighed damage. And that's the state we must all rediscover if we want to age gracefully, not fearfully. Modern science now supports what these Japanese masters lived. Studies in journals like Nature and Cell Metabolism confirm that intermittent fasting and moderate calorie restriction increase autophagy, extend lifespan, and protect against metabolic diseases. Researchers at Harvard found that fasting for even 12-16 hours can improve mitochondrial efficiency and regenerate immune cells. The University of Tokyo's work showed that skipping just one meal occasionally is enough to double autophagic activity in healthy adults. These are not extreme measures. They're small shifts that align us with the biology of repair. And yet, in the modern world, we've drifted far from that balance. We snack out of boredom, eat late at night, and rarely give our systems rest. Every bite sends the signal: no need to repair, keep digesting. The result is fatigue, inflammation, and premature aging. But here's the good news: you can reverse it at any age. The same process that keeps Okinawans thriving into their hundreds can begin for you tonight, with a single choice: to stop eating just a little sooner, to let your body breathe before bedtime, to respect the natural rhythm that made humans resilient for thousands of years. So tonight, when you sit down to dinner, remember Dr. Suzuki's centenarian with the sickle. Remember Dr. Osumi staring through his microscope, watching life rebuild itself. Remember Dr. Hinohara walking to work at 100 years old. Their secret wasn't hidden in a lab or locked in genetics. It was in their daily habits. Eat slowly. Stop before you're full. Move your body often. Let silence and gratitude be your dessert. When you do this, you're not depriving yourself. You're activating the most intelligent system evolution ever designed. Your body is waiting to heal. Your cells are ready to renew. And within you right now lies the same potential that kept those Okinawan elders strong through centuries of storms, wars, and winters. You are not too old, not too late, not too tired. The renewal switch has always been there. You simply need to give your body the chance to flip it. So tonight, breathe deeply. Pour yourself a cup of green tea. Feel the gratitude for the meal before you, and when you finish, leave that last bite behind. You've just done something powerful. You've honored your body's rhythm, and you've given your cells permission to restore your youth from within. This is golden wisdom, reminding you that longevity isn't built in hospitals. It's cultivated in your kitchen, your habits, and your heart. If this message inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Golden Wisdom, like this video, share it with someone you care about, and tell us in the comments what healthy change you'll begin tonight. Your journey toward a longer, stronger, more vibrant life begins with one simple act. Respect your body's intelligence and let it do what it was designed to do: heal, renew, and thrive.